Okay, guys, and I think Mabon is on now. Thank you very much.
Preparing, educating youth, makers,
Yeah,
attend computer school, and
if you can hear me, there I can hear you, Mabon. So
Yes, I'm getting you loud and clear. So if you, yeah, thank you so much. This is your technology is not easy, but thank God at least. Wow, I'm in love with your face cap.
don't worry.
Well,
I'll get you. You got one already.
yes, maybe it's
I,
same anyway.
I know. No, just wait after the voting. You can wear it. That's souvenir. No,
Yes,
that's souvenir now. That's
yes,
souvenir.
mm,
It will be a souvenir. And
it
you see,
is.
yeah, this is how I like to wear mine. I don't like. I can't stand it too much. Big picture. Yeah, I don't like no too much.
Yeah. But that's the best way to go, man. I really, really love it. You tired
Yeah.
of political swag, or should I say
Yep.
swag?
Yep.
That's
It right there.
just my name. By the way, good afternoon to you.
Yep. Good afternoon, everyone, and good morning to those of you who listen. Are we live right now?
Yes, we are live on Truth FM 96.1, the hardest of Liberia and
Uh,
across the country.
all right. Good afternoon, my people. Good afternoon. Good new week. This is a new week. This is September. We got few days. We got 29 days to go. I think 29, if I'm not mistaken. I think we got 29 more days to the general election. So are you ready? Are you ready to cast your vote? By this time, I expect you to be prepared, man. And we've been sitting around for the last 6 years, 5 years, going 6 years, and we all been complaining. This is the time. This is the time that we got in the Constitution. This is our constitutional right to cast your vote. It's like you're going on a farm and you're going to plant your pepper or your billabong. Whatever seed that you put under that ground is what you will reap. So don't forget whatever seed you put in there, that is what you're going to reap. And I don't want to put this thing on all of you, baby. That's you. Happy birthday
Um,
to I'm mistakenly put a happy birthday to all my September born people.
because
Yeah.
that's so wonderful. But
Okay.
actually, I like that. It's
Yeah.
good.
Yeah. All the September people. So
Mm.
today we will be having a very good discussion. Joseph Newman Boaka, Alexander Cummings. Who is the best to facing President Weah? Who can make the case? Can UP make the case against President Weah? Can UP tell President Weah about corruption? Or can UP tell President Weah about law and order? Or can Alice Cummings make the case against President Weah? Who is the best? Who is the prepared candidate? Who is the best candidate? But my Liberian people, let me tell you, I'm speaking to the undecided voters. People who have not decided, people who really want to see the tangible. This is what CPP is offering. Alexander Cummings is going around the country. We understand, we love the crowd. But listen, don't let nobody fool you. We tired of seeing crowd. We have seen so many crowds in our life, and that crowd have paid off to give us anything, nothing. Nothing we have gotten from the crowd. Now, Mr. Cummings right now is in Bopolu. Mr. Cummings is meeting the people, asking the question, want to know the real problem. That is why Mr. Cummings took his time to go around the country. The other day, Mr. Cummings was all the way in the southeast. None of the candidates are going to the southeast. Yes, 10 days since the election have started. Mr. Cummings went all the way through Ivory Coast. It's so shameful, but he's not the president. He went all the way in Ivory Coast, then go into enter Liberia, and now the president want to do it, but he's so embarrassed. How can he do that? Because you, the president, you are the bad road medicine. We expect you to fix the road. But Mr. Cummings went to Maryland, he went to River G, and he entered into a Grand Cru. Now he's in Bopolu. He's meeting the people. Yet last week he was in Cape Mount, talking to people, going in villages. That is what we're talking about the Jehovah Witness campaign. Every time we talk about the Jehovah Witness campaign, thinking, oh, that one of the officials, one of the members supposed to go around and foot soldier. No, this man is ready. This man is telling us that he's fit. He's ready to pick up the telephone 3 o'clock in the morning. He's ready to do the job. And you know the good thing, Mr. Cummings is not in this thing because of money. Because my people, let me tell you, we got plenty of librarians who got money. And by the time you talk about librarians, your library team, man, I'm here for that library business. This man can live anywhere. God bless him. He said, God bless me, my children, my grandchildren will not suffer. So Mr. Cummings is not looking for the job for financial benefit. He's not looking for the job so they will give him some presidential project money that he will carry around. He's not looking for the job because he wants to ride private jets. He's not looking for the job because he just wants them to call him president. This man can show off. I'm telling you, they got so many people in Liberia that are out of Liberia with money. When you see them walking, you think the world they're bigger than the world. But this man have brought himself down. Our leader must be able to open doors. Our leader must have a vision. So Mr. Cummings is saying that everything we've been talking in this country here, we need electricity. And here, President, we are talking about electricity. And here, Mr. Bwaka talking about electricity. But Mr. Cummings said we need electricity. And my people, they're not allowed. When you get electricity, you will get job. Companies will come in the country. People will be able to do their businesses. Schools will operate. Hospitals, everything. The dialysis machine will be okay because you got electricity instead of living on generator. And once you start to work on the electricity, you will create job. All the electrician will be able to get job. Not because we say we want electricity. Look in the street. Look near you. All the spaghetti in the air. You get telephone electric wire crossing all over your head. Dangerous. Our people are dying when it rain. That wire cut, it kill you. Nothing can come from out of it. These are some of the things we're talking about. We're talking about real electricity. We're not talking about solar panel. We're not talking about just putting wire from one place to another place. And when they start to work on electricity, the business people will bring more wires, they will bring more meters, and at the end of the day, they will employ more people. That was the talk about job creation. Then we talk about drinking water. In fact, electricity is security. Electricity is national security. Because if you cannot produce these things, your country will not go anywhere. Then we talk about drinking water. How can you get a country that the people can't even drink the water from the pump? Everybody's scared to drink the water. Everybody drinking plastic water because you don't have money to filter the water. But right now, government got everything. Government need to change the pipes, and as government changing the pipes, that job creation. All the plumber will get money job. All the business will start bringing pipes in the country. We need the plastic pipes. People done with the iron pipe. They think they're killing our people. When we fix the water, there will be no typhoid, no diarrhea. Then Mr. Cummings said, internet connectivity, my people. The whole world today are internet or telephone. You want to talk to your people in Grand Gile. You want to talk to people in Maryland. You won't get on the internet when you're in Grand Gile. So this is what they're talking about internet and how you connect the world. You can also get some Liberian who can teach mathematics in America, can be teaching school in Liberia. They're happy around the world. This is we enter in the 21st century, my people. Look, we can't sit there and stay behind. We got this thing. We got the past, we got the present, and we got the future. That is what ahead of us right now, my people. So then Mr. Cummings said the job creation because we need good jobs. We need living wage. Which of them talk about living wage? Mr. Bwaka have never tell you anything about living wage. Mr. Weir never said nothing about living wage. Living wage, I mean, when you are a sweeper, when you make your sweeping money, you will enjoy it. If you are a driver, you should be paid well because when they pay you, at least be able to pay your rent. You can't be a driver and say you won't go live in Mama Point. I'm gonna say I can't be a driver then and say I won't live in one big house. It's impossible. You don't live to that. But the money they pay you, you can send your children to school. They say cut your coat according to your measurement. So Mr. Cummings said we must pay our drivers. We must pay the cook. We must pay the teachers, the police. That's why you see policemen collecting money in the street. How you expect the policeman to feed your family when the policeman making only $100 every month? That is why Mr. Cummings said living wage, not minimum wage, but living wage. Nobody can talk to us. Even Tewa Gonglo, who work with labor ministry, he don't talk about living wage. But Mr. Cummings said the people who doing the work should make the money. You see, when you're running for office, you are sacrificing for the people. Running for office is not for you to be millionaire. It's not for you to be a millionaire. But look at what millionaires, so they already one of them work with government. Everybody who millionaire, you like, bro, and we stay poor. You sank behind there. Zekwe, zekwe, zekwe. Today they driving a car or tinted car. Someone that get two, three houses. You stay living in a hole. Ask yourself the question: my life better? Ask yourself the question: was UP the 12 years? You see, when things were bad before, and you try to make it good, if it stay bad, you got to continue to go in front. You can't say I will go behind. So those of you who want to go behind, you graduated from college. Why can't you just go back in 11th grade since you won't go behind? Because you won't go to the past. We must go to the future. If you are laying down on the mat, now you get mat, you got mattress, you get bed. When the bed break, stay on the bed. Because the bed finish breaking, you can't go back on the mattress. Everybody want to move forward. Not because my man sold bread in looking time, I must sell bread through all my life. No. Maybe I can sell something different. Then my children can do something different. The Oma can be selling cold water. The Oma can open a shop that can bring enough cold water. You can be selling pepper throughout. You can open store too. But only the government can empower us, my people. That's why Mr. Cummings say we got to make sure our people take pay. Mr. Cummings say we must spend money on agriculture. I never hear Mr. Baka talking about agriculture like that. I never hear President we are. And the whole world, the people say, small country like us, if you really want for agriculture to work, 10% of your national budget should be put into agriculture. You must invest into agriculture. That means the fishery. You see, the fishing company is all part of agriculture. We must open fishing company. We must encourage people. We can't just allow people come and fish in our water. Then they get us small fish. Then they take all the shrimp and carry it. Y'all know we used to produce more shrimp in Liberia. We used to produce shrimp and give it to Japan. That time they had a Maserado company. You see, so all these things we can do them again, but we need leaders, or leader that will take the bull by the horn, or leader who will put his foot down, say whether you're lucky or not, the people must survive. We want a leader that will put the people first. We're not looking for a leader that only that you call him Mr. President, then you walk in with your hand all in the air, then you yeah, yeah. No, a leader is a servant. You dare to serve the people. So Mr. Cummings said he's willing and prepared to serve. That is why he don't sleep. That is why he continued to visit. Look, my people, we can't just sit there and say, what we're looking for in a leader. What we're looking for. You're looking for popularity. Popularity and apple food on your table before. You're looking for how long you work in government and apple food on your table. No. You're looking for a leader that has a very good vision that will tell you, say, this is what we can do as a country. Not this is what I can do. Mr. Cummings said this is what we can do. Mr. Cummings still believe that we can do better, my Liberian people. So when we invest into agriculture, we got to put money, we got to encourage people to come and help our people. At the end of the day, Mr. Cummings said, listen, I promise you, because he's a businessman. Mr. Cummings know in business, when you put more money in your business, that the more result you will get. You see, I break that thing down for you. When you put plenty of money in a business, you can say, okay, that money I put in the business, in 5 years' time, I will get the money back. That is what Mr. Cummings is saying. So we got to invest. We can't be sitting there and say, hey, God, hey, we wish that our country will look good. No, no, no. We can't even buy for ourselves. Then we say we're foreign nation. We sovereign nation. We sovereign nation, sovereign nation. We tie with sovereign nation. So not because I work in government for 40 years, that means I got vision. No, that's not how it works. It's not how long you serve, it's how well you serve. Then Mr. Cummings said, education. We all know we want for our children to go to school. We want Google schools. The building is just the building. We got good teachers in Liberia? No. The other day, President, we have a big in Nigeria for 6,000 teachers. Look at that kind of team, Liberia. Look at that kind of thing. What happened with Kiara teaching? And Mr. Cummings said, before we get good schools, we must train the teachers. I hear President, we are talking it. I hear Mr. Baka talking it. But Mr. Cummings said, listen, not just to build a school. When we train good teachers from ABC to university, then we can get good students. That means you will stop the garbage in, garbage out. You can even put the children in the parking lot and you can teach them because you got good teachers. That's how it works. You can't just put one big building up You put one big building on Broad Street, you don't get football fee, you don't get basketball court, then you say that university. You can't do it. We got what people, all the government officials, they're building schools. You get Sir Joseph building schools, but the government school in Montserrat County is not correct. But the government said that free education. How can you tell me free education, but the children still paying school fees in primary school? You say free education, you say University of Liberia, university free. That's not free education. University free is not a free education. Free education, we call for free from ABC to 12th grade. That means all I need to do is buy my uniform and go there and register. That's all. The government get money, but the government spending the money on itself. President Weah left the country for 49 days. Every little trip, chicken soup trip, President Weah on it because you got to get padam. Everybody now trying to be millionaire. Just few months ago, in 48 months, they tend to be millionaire, and you still sitting to the same place, and I see some of you dancing around again. You won't tell me that hard time come on us. You think God made us to suffer? No. God made nobody to suffer. But we ourselves can make ourselves suffer. So Mr. Cummings said, we got to make sure we train the teachers first, then the teacher will teach the children. Then Mr. Cummings said, healthcare. We want to go to hospital. We see people running from Lockington all the way to JFK. Instead, they can't go there. We see people coming from all the way Bangladesh to come to Phoebe and come to JFK. No way. We need, Mr. Cummings said, listen, we need small clinic, that primary health care. That means if I ain't Lockington are sick, I can go straight to the clinic. I can get medication for that. If I have big sickness, then they will take me and get me to the big hospital. That had a lot of people work with. Let me tell you the real truth. The people around the world, how they do it. The first thing I'll go to the emergency room. When I'm okay, then they say, go see your doctor. Then the doctor will send me to a different place. Then I get a medication. That government responsibility to make sure that medication is in the public hospital. But today you go to JFK, when you get $50, they can't take you. If you get $100, they can't take you. You go to Redemption Hospital for nothing. The building just there. But they get the Minister of Health, get her own hospital. But she the Minister of Health. Everybody get their own small clinic. All kind of people get clinic and drugstore in Liberia. So expired drugs. All the thing we need to check on it. That's why medication killing our people too. So my Liberian people. All the thing Mr. Cummings talking. Nobody, but the last one I like. Mr. Cummings said government of inclusion. That means Mr. Cummings is saying that I'm not running for president for cities for CPP. I'm running for president for Liberia. Whether you Global, you Crew, you Mano, you Gio, you Pelel, you from any part of Liberia, I'm running for president. I'm not running for senator. I'm not running for representative. So all these things here, Mr. Cummings talk Mariah Yakula. This girl that was UP woman, Mr. Cummings hire her. Mr. Cummings he asked us, say, oh, you got to leave your party or no. Mr. Cummings talk Avatoba or sedition and brought him. He said, you must join my party. Mr. Cummings not saying that join his party. Because if Mr. Cummings president tomorrow, he's president for everybody. And I promise you, when Mr. Cummings is elected, Mr. Cummings will say every Liberian have won. And Liberia, the victory belongs to Liberia. So you're sedition, you're working right now in the government. Nobody going to remove you. You will remove yourself. That means if you're not doing good, when you civil servant, then are your business. But political appointee, Mr. Cummings said they got a lot of good assistant ministers in the government. But because the government is so corrupt, that is why you can't see potential. So my Liberian people, Mr. Cummings said it is your right. And I promise you, and we promise you, I will be the number one person to challenge Mr. Cummings. If they say, oh, they're removing civil servant, nobody can remove civil servant from the job. So whether you support UPU, you support CPPU, you working, it is your time, it is your job, nobody going to take it from you. But I hear the other people talking it. So now let me ask you, I guess some kind of way I can say, even if we don't want president, we are my people, that UP we should settle for again. We saw 12 years of UP, the thing they did to us. Only 4 years were good, but the other years, it was a terrible year. The same way people lost it right now, people are losing UP government. So the only man I can make the case right now against President Weah, only Mr. Cummings can tell President Weah, say your government corrupt. President Weah can tell Mr. Cummings, say you corrupt. Only Mr. Cummings can tell President Weah, say you fail to create job. And this is what I can do. We will create job. We will break it down because, Mr. We don't have a platform. We talk about PPP. We tie with the PPD. They not talk about it. President Why say, oh, but I built the invisible park. Yeah, that's true. You build invisible park. Thank you. That won't make you to be president. But Mr. Cummings said, listen, you don't create no job for the people. You don't create no security for the people. People continue to die and no justice. People are suffering in the country. Your ministers are stealing. The American government call you a kleptocratic government. The American government say your people corrupt. They post sanction on you. Mr. Cummings can make the case. But can Mr. Barker make the case to Mr. Weir? Because if Mr. Barker say your government corrupt, Mr. Weir will say, but you yourself, 12 years, your government will corrupt too. You say, oh, people dying under you. Mr. Weir will say, yeah. And Eric Green die under you too. So you see two of them fighting each other. There's two parties. Let me be honest with you. They're not correct. They're not correct. For the last 12 years, 17 years, my people will suffer too much. Today, there is no school. There's no law and order. People driving on the opposite lane. People dying just to drive on the opposite lane. Government officials killing people on the opposite lane and nothing coming from it. Mr. Cummings said, my first 100 days, I will empower the youth. Youth initiative. The youth are the pressure jury of Liberia, my people. The youth are our future leaders. We cannot abandon our people. The old politicians abandon us. We can't abandon y'all. So Mr. Cummings said, I will empower the youth. Mr. Cummings said, my first 100 days, President, we have promised the business people to give them money. But I already put it down on the paper. $20 million. We give loan to small businesses. We ain't say foreign business. We're talking about small business, people who get sharp. So make sure you register too now. Because all the things the government want to do, ourselves, we got to be fair to ourselves. We got to stop cheating. So if you want the government to help you, make sure you get your legitimate business. Register your business. Do everything right way. So if even at $5,000, you will get it and you will pay back. But government must invest into the small business, because when they invest in the small business will employ one or two person. When you employ one person at a family holder, they got a lot of good Liberian businesses. And Mr. Cummings said, not because one bad businessman eat the money, so we can't give money to the other people. So Mr. Cummings said, my first 100 days, we put in $20 million aside to give to business people. It's a good thing President We are saying, but President We are never did it. They took that money, they eat it. Mr. Cummings said, we will make sure we clean the city the first 100 days. Liberia will be clean. Now, moreover, we're talking about Liberia. They got people who standing by, ready to clean the city. They get some group of people who told the government the other day, say, we won't clean the city, but we want to do XYZ. The people say, oh no, they must pay them and take the debt. The people say, we won't care the debt. You said they must pay you again for the debt, because that debt are plenty of money. Let me tell you today, that debt, I don't see what that are plenty of money. That debt can turn into gas, it can turn into so many things. So we'll clean the city. Mr. Cummings said, we'll make sure there will be no tailing in my first 100 days. He said there will be no tailing, or else the police director ain't get job. So the next man will be the police director. We understand that you get job to do. Mr. Cummings said, we will audit. We will check all the ministries. We're not going to wish hunt nobody. Mr. Cummings said, even if the audit come to my mind, you must go to her. So you see, we're looking for, we never yet, and none of them can say, all the politicians, they can't tell you about corruption. They can't tell you how we fight corruption. Mr. Cummings said, stealing. We call it corruption, we call it stealing, because they're stealing money. They're no different from the children in the street that can check the cell phone. Mr. Cummings said, I will carry all my ministers to Central Prison to take a tour. That means, I'm telling your Liberian people, we're not joking. Mr. Cummings is serious. When he wins, there will be a tsunami in Liberia. Mr. Cummings will not joke, because I myself who talking to you, if I come to Liberia and start acting like big shot, and Mr. Cummings here, they say, oh, the general came here, he start cursing people, Mr. Cummings will be so happy, say, you're Jay. Because Mr. Cummings will be waiting to set the example. He's not joking. The senator then who looking for 30,000, they will not get it, because the government get money to give you. My Liberian people, the president can make the difference in the life of us. Yeah, let me tell you, senator or representative are for nothing, because one man can make the difference. But the president is powerful in Liberia. Liberia is a unitary state. That means that the government can tell you, say, I will face the road in Maryland. If the government said they can't face the road, you can cry, you can't die, they can't face the road. So that what made the president powerful. That's why when you president of Liberia, you can touch the lives of everybody. You can provide school. You can do everything. And that the government responsibility to make sure we get good roads, to make sure we get good schools, we got good health care. That one the government supposed to do it. We're not saying the government will give us money. No. But road, that's not something you build a road and you say, I'm gonna vote for you again. I ain't get job. You put solar panel light, but I ain't get job. Then you say I'm gonna vote for you. You say, oh, I built a visible park. I live in way looking town. I can't even eat. My park can send me to school. What time will leave from looking town to come to the invisible park? I live in, yes, in Gibraltar. They say, oh, they face a football field. But how I will go on the football field? Why ain't get food to eat? My pa ain't get job. My mom in the market selling. So I'm myself, I go sell water for my mom. We got one 9 years old children. Say, so my Liberian people, let's be honest, the best man to face him, Mr. President, we are than Mr. Cummings. Than not UP. I ain't got no problem with UP. But my question here, UP is not the future. We gave UP 12 years. We saw it. So my only question here, since you all say, okay, be asking Mr. Cummings, oh, Mr. Cummings, you don't do nothing. You don't get governmental experience. We agree. So since Mr. Bwaka get governmental experience, my question here, let you tell us what Mr. Bwaka did for 12 years. I'm not talking about the other 42 years. I said just 12 years as vice president. Mr. Bwaka was responsible for Group of 77. Is Group of 77 good now today? Mr. Bwaka was responsible for the Liberian Lottery, the Liberian Marketing Association, Agriculture Ministry, and Youth and Sports. That is why we're telling you, if you take Mr. Bwaka to facing President Weah, President Weah will win it because the Liberian people, I know you're tired with UP. You don't want UP back. So the whole game here, two of them fighting each other. When you listen to President Weah, he will tell you, say, oh, 12 years, they didn't do nothing. When you listen to UP, they say, oh, President Weah says here, he didn't do nothing. He just stealing. Then when you listen to President Weah, he say, oh, yeah, they used to see before. Two of them are telling you nothing what they will do. President Weah is not even telling you. I listened to President Weah at the stadium. I bet you now, if I ask you that went to that stadium, what President Weah said to that stadium, you can't answer me. Because you know what? You hear nothing. The noise was more than everything. The only people that heard that thing, that we were watching it on Facebook. That is why Mr. Cummings said, if I have the big rally and start talking, the people will not hear me. There's a man in Cape Man who said, I voted for President Weah, but I'm my first time to see a presidential candidate. So my Liberian people, the best man for this job is Mr. Cummings. When you ask CDC, they say, oh, Mr. Cummings can fix it. Mr. Cummings is good. Mr. Cummings qualified. But let Mr. Cummings just give Mr. Weah 12 years. So you won't tell me now, hard time for us too now? The money that President Weah making, it coming to you. Then when you look at the UP, Senator Balu said, Mr. Cummings got all the contact. If Mr. Cummings don't support Mr. Bwaka will not make it. So let Mr. Cummings just work with Mr. Bwaka because Mr. Cummings got the contact and you know Mr. Bwaka been there for 12 years. So let's just compensate him. But everybody know that Mr. Cummings qualified. So what are you waiting for, my people? You say, oh, hey, the numbers, they are true, Mr. Cummings qualified, but I don't know. What about you? You're supposed to make your own decision. And in life, when you make decision, if it don't work out, it's not a failure. It help you. So for me, I will support Mr. Cummings. I will vote for Mr. Cummings. If you already elect Mr. Cummings, I know history will judge me because I did it with my conscience. This is not friendship. This is not about brother. That Liberia we're talking about. The president business serious. So they're not no joking thing. Oh, and you came my man, you came my pa, I will vote for you. You know book, I will vote for you. You in a wheelchair, you say go, you old, you can't think, I will vote for you. My Liberian people, is that what we're looking for? Everybody changing. We got three. We got the past, we got the present, we got the future. If you want to sit with the past, with the past, well, that means you're not ready for the present or the future. That means you won't go back. That means you lazy. You lazy, so you won't go back. So those of you who graduate from college, just go back in 11th grade because you like the past. Those of you who in the present, If you think you enjoying the present, if you think you get job and things are good with you, you can keep the present. If you want to go to the future to make sure your children enjoy, your children have a good school, your children got good security, and everybody can have a job, and people can come in the country and invest, then you talk about the future. You got one man who is preaching the future and telling you, say, this is what we. He never said he said we. But when you listen to Mr. Boaka, he will tell you, say, I the only one can beat Mr. Weah. When you listen to Mr. Weah, he said, I will beat him too. Everybody, no leader. When you say that for nothing, it's a teamwork. The president got to get good people around him. That is why Mr. Cummings, and guess what? Your team we arrogant. Your team, oh, Mr. Cummings selfish. And Mr. Cummings, now we hear some people going around lying again. They say, oh, and President Weah and Mr. Cummings had a secret meeting, my Liberian people. Why Mr. Cummings will have a secret meeting with Mr. Weah? Mr. Weah refused to meet Mr. Cummings one-on-one. We asked him for debate. President Weah said he can't debate. According to Eugene Name, President Weah said, I will not debate because he ain't got nothing to say. Mr. Boaka said, I will not debate if President Weah don't come there. Then what we talk? We know President Weah record. But Mr. Boaka said he's not coming there too. Mr. Boaka was on True FM. He refused to answer questions. They asked Mr. Boaka, they said, what are your 100 days? You know what he said? Danamio is on radio, is on TV. He said, oh, you know we in the alliance. So I can tell you about the 100 days. So that means I got to meet my people. My people, how the man will be running for office, he don't know what he's going to do. They say, Mr. Cummings, Mr. Boaka, what is your agenda? He said AREST, arrest. Agriculture, rural, education, sanitation, and health. Sanitation is not health. Then tourism. But he can't break it down. Which type of tourism? Mr. Cummings talk about tourism. He said ecotourism. He said we got to spend more money, fix our beaches, and make sure that if people can come there, that means you get good hotels. Or so Mr. Cummings looking at the future. Y'all see the house Mr. Cummings building in Liberia? When you go in that house, you think in America. You go rent that house, rent and they get gym, they get everything there. My Liberian people, let me tell you, the politicians are afraid that because if Mr. Cummings is president, when Mr. Cummings is president, some of them would never run for representative again because we got to raise the bar. My Liberian people, let us do the right thing for our own future. Let us do the right thing. Not everybody, it is our right to run for president, let me tell you. But our privilege to serve. Popularity ain't carry nowhere. And you see what popularity did? George Weah is the most popular Liberian that you will ever find today. God bless President Weah. That the only man who became president with ease. Nobody causing. We just took the presidency and gave it to him. And that the only man who can travel for 49 days and nobody said nothing. In another country, they're not impeaching. That the only man who can cost the representative and say that your damn business. And you know how many can cost them, but you can say that your business. He the only man who can tell the voter say that your business, whether you vote for me, you vote for me, I don't care. And still you can come, you'll be sinking. How you don't fall in love with politicians, man, Liberian people. Only President we are gonna kind of blessing you. Only President we not see a popularity in chaos nowhere. So they say the other men work in government for long. But what is achievement? Y'all say Mr. Cummings not create job. Mr. Boaka create job. Mr. Weah created job? No. Then why you ain't vote for Bernard Ure who creating job? Why you ain't vote for Oscar Cooper who get a big logging company and get 6,000 children and 600 children on his own scholarship? Why you ain't vote for these people? But every day, and you say Mr. Cummings get money, let Mr. Cummings bring company to Liberia. Mr. Boaka ever created job too since he left office? Tell us what he been doing. My Liberian people, let me tell us part of story. Mr. Boaka served our country for 42 years, thank God. But there is no new vision. And let me ask you, imagine, this is how the case, they will make the case. If you don't send Mr. Cummings to facing President Weah, and you think Mr. Boaka is the best, this is what they're going to tell us. You rather suffer for 6 years or you rather suffer for 15 years. Why? Because if we are go 6 years, after the 6 years, it will be free. There will be free. Nobody will argue in 2029. If Mr. Boaka go for 6 years, Mr. Boaka will not end the 6 years. Mr. Jeremiah Kun will be president. Then Jeremiah Kun then will be in charge of the government in 2029. Then tell me now what will happen. They will steal the election. And two, if you try to argue with the Bwaka administration, these boys, they are brave enough. They are brave enough to go after you. So even Tiawon Gongdo will not run 2029. Mr. Cummings will not run 2029. And Moneyba will not run 2029. Beslo will not run 2029. They bought them will see the election out another 15 years. Because they're not afraid to do it. So the Labrador said, well, I'd rather stay for, because the next thing, y'all look at the face of UP, Jeremiah Kuhn, the son of Prince Johnson. Look at the face. Look at the face of UP. You got Prince Johnson. The close Prince Johnson supported Madam President before Eddie Johnson, but just what he did, she did. After he supported her, she kept him far place. He supported President We are kept him across the river. This is the closer time he have come. So my Liberian people, look at the people. Balu, Senator Balu, a corrupt senator from Maryland and from my own country. Look at Senator Balu, who yesterday was just running around saying, oh, I want Mr. Cummings and Mr. Bwaka to come together. Look at Alex Tyler, Bieber 1, Bieber 2. Look at them. Are these the people we're talking about? And you got Stanton Witherspoon. Stanton coming to go to jail. But Mr. Bwaka can't condemn Stanton because Stanton gave money to UP. None of them in UP. Today, Darius Delon cannot condemn Stanton. And Stanton is going to jail. I can say it publicly now. He's a criminal. He will be going to jail. They will sentence him November 2nd. And this man is still on the internet telling you that all this and that. Let me tell you, when you were rogue, you are rogue. Mr. Bwaka came here and sat with Stanton and collected money. Stanton supporting UP with the small money that left for him. We're not joking about it. Liberians, I know you want to win. The Brad president said, I'd rather sleep with the devil, to dance with the devil than to. My Liberian people, please, we want a God-fearing leader. I can't dance with the devil. I can't dance with it. We need a leader that will call you out. President Bwaka, presidency is like we are throwing Liberia backward. Because you got, when the last time Mo Ali told the girl to take off her pregnancy, what happened? Mr. Bwaka never said anything. Mr. Bwaka went in the church and saw Mr. Cummings sitting down to show that the hatred is in his country. Mr. Cummings sitting down, they said they can bring people together. But Mr. Bwaka went in the church, he never told Mr. Cummings hello. He spoke. Everybody gave out a statement. By the time they called Mr. Cummings up, Mr. Bwaka and his entourage walked out of the church. Mr. Bwaka testified against Mr. Cummings in court. He put his hand up, he swore, and said he know Mr. Cummings. And Mr. Bwaka know Mr. Cummings very well. My Liberian people, tomorrow, if Mr. Bwaka facing President Weah, how Mr. Bwaka will come to Mr. Cummings now and say, oh, Mr. Cummings, I need your support. When you can't even speak to Cummings. Mr. Bwaka never uttered it before. I challenge anybody, show me a tip. If True FN get a tip, you should. I challenge anybody. Mr. Bwaka never said it one day that I will support Alex Cummings against President Weah. But Mr. Cummings said it over and over. I will support Joe against President Weah. But Mr. Bwaka refused to say it. Mr. Bwaka refused to tell us what he would do. But you will listen to the other people. Then you talk about Eugene Fagon. They see Eugene Fagon who are defending the government when they killed the 4 auditors. They see Eugene Fagon who are defending the government when they almost beat Darius Delon to the stadium. They see Eugene Fagon when they killed Marvin Innes. He was the spokesman and said the government did nothing wrong. They see Eugene Fagon who said they must shut all the radio stations down. They see Eugene Fagon who are telling John we have to be a real dictator and go after opposition. That the Eugene Fagon today, you telling me that Mr. Bwaka said, oh, he's the guy. Oh, but Mr. Bwaka got a news for him. Or news flash. Mr. Bwaka looking at him as a Congo man because which is true. Every day Eugene Fagon to Congo man, Eugene Fagon is a Congo man. He's a Bracewell. His man name is Fagon. But Mr. Bwaka knows that very well. They see what Mr. Bwaka was looking at Ellie as a Congo woman and Henry Costa Congo man and Mr. Ure that Congo people. So Mr. Bwaka, let's be honest. This man is good to love your tribal people. It's good to love them. But when you love your tribe alone and forsake the other tribe, then it's a problem. So my Liberian people, for you to be a good leader, you must admit to things. Before I ask Mabel a question here, every time I listen to Mr. Waka, he complained about his boss for the last 12 years. Oh, that Ellie, Ellen do the 1 year. Me, I was just in my Leo. I told Ellie, let carry, let increase the taxes. She said no. Everything I say, she said no. 12 years, you still complaining. The same way President, we are complaining about Ellie. Oh, and when we talk over, it was nothing. So two of them complaining, but leader do not complain. Mr. Bwaka is supposed to tell us, Ellen did some good stuff. Let's be honest here. United Party did some good stuff. So what the good thing they did, and also some of the bad thing that they did. So when they do some bad, then Mr. Bwaka will tell you, say, listen, I will fix it. It was the same early government that mentor still gave one pickup, one pickup, one pickup. So imagine when they gave everybody pickup. What they gave the president, what they gave the vice president. Hey, common sense. They gave the honor men pick up, pick up, pick up. So imagine what they gave the president and what they gave the vice president. You think I'm free? My Liberian people, listen, man, we're tired. We can't drink water in our nose. Y'all talk about corruption, corruption. You see how CDC will make the case, then UP will make the case. You say UP, CDC corrupt. Is it corrupt? We got to remove CDC. But we can't remove CDC and bring UP there too now. We got good people. We want to move forward. If UP is ready, let UP bring new candidate. Let them bring a new face. Jeremiah Kuhn, he was the Ways and Means co-chair. All the money they ate, they refused to audit the house. Prince Johnson called him corrupt. Their boy is corrupt. They say Jeremiah Kuhn sold gasoline. He ever opened gas station in Nimba? No. They say all the men used to sell gas. Belete sold gas in a gallon, but Belete opened a gas station. Belete sold gas, but he got tankers. You see how you do it? You move forward. So Mr. Cummings saying that, listen, my people, we will put Liberia first on everything. Liberia first. Then I know Lebanese man. Our president, so foreigner, he behind a foreigner, his brother there digging diamond. We know all these things. We know them. So my Liberian people, it's up to you. The future of Liberia is right in your hand. It's in your hands. Please think twice. Think about your children. Think about your grandchildren. Manjua, Manseba, think about your grandchildren. You selling, you doing everything, you doing it, but it's not easy. Don't sell your vote. T-shirt can put food on your table. Imagine you get a man 6 years. 5 years, you don't see the man. The man come back to you today and give you $10 and you dancing in the street. The man give you $10, he give you $40, then you dancing in the street. So you won't tell me now you won't pay for the hard time that you're suffering, you can pay for your own suffering again. You in the street, and I tell you, say don't vote for him. It is your right to vote for who you want to vote for, my people. But I'm talking to the undecided voters that want the real issue. And I know you're plenty. We will vote for Liberia. Liberia will win this time. We pray about it and we working. This is the first time I see a candidate that going all around the country. Ask yourself, when the last time Mr. Bwaka went to District 2, but you were in District 2 yesterday. Mr. Cummings have visited District 2 over 10 times he tired. When the last time President Weah went to District 2, he was just there. They say you get plenty of vote, but you're campaigning in the night. We're not putting nobody at risk. Mr. Cummings will not go in the night to go campaign. Our people have to go home. The place is bad, but they stay campaigning. Mr. Weah campaigning in the night. Mr. Bwaka campaigning in the night. Mr. Cummings will not campaign in the night. We will not campaign in the night because the country is terrible. There is no security. You can't keep the people straight. You say you got the numbers. What are you campaigning for? When you get the numbers, you're not supposed to campaign. You're not supposed to campaign when you get the numbers. But we know that it's 3 candidates, so we must campaign against President Weah. We must campaign against Mr. Bwaka. If we don't campaign, you will not know the story. So we're only comparing notes. This is what Mr. Cummings can do. He will do. This is what Mr. Bwaka cannot do. So the thing is that tell us what Mr. Bwaka running on. That's all. Don't tell me you can, because you know why they're not calling Mr. Cummings, because they ain't got nothing to tell Cummings. Even the journalists can't ask Cummings question anymore. You go to I take Mr. Cummings right now and bring it in front of Mabel. I say, Mabel, please ask Mr. Cummings question. Miss Mabel ain't got no new question for Mr. Cummings because Mr. Cummings now answer all the questions. That the only man who now go to all the chicken soup couple, the talk show host, he now go to all the radio station. There's nothing more he can do. My Liberian people, it's up to you. If we want a good country, we want a country where we not see no big shot. We want a country where nobody will come tell you, say, you know who you talking to? Mr. Cummings is the best man. Mr. Cummings is the best man. The last time you say, oh, you know the man came late. Mr. Cummings came 18 months into the election. But we got some people who just coming 2 months. And you're not saying nothing. But you say, oh, Mr. Cummings, nobody know Mr. Cummings. But some of you are telling the other person, nobody know them. And don't let them fool you about first round. We had never win first round before. He never carried 40% of the vote before. UP never won a first round before. Nobody now get 50 plus 1. Just yesterday, I saw Akop on outside too. Today, I see Tiawan Gonglo dancing on the other side. Everybody going to get vote. Everybody, some people now vote. Maybe 95% of the people will vote. But we asking you, even in your community, make sure you vote for some people. And to all the representatives for CPP, you need to do your work. If you're listening to me, you need to go door to door. You need to organize a rally and call Mr. Cummings. Mr. Cummings shouldn't come in your district, walk with you, and then you think you will win. No. The people will vote for Mr. Cummings and they will not vote for you. So you need to go in your community and knock on every door and tell the people what you will do. Put yourself on the record. Put yourself from District 7 to District 8 to District 17. Put yourself on record and tell the person this is what we can do. So tomorrow they will hold you responsible. But you waiting for Mr. Cummings to come in your district and then walk with you. You saw what happened in District 4. Liability. Continue to go around, talk to his people. The man called Mr. Cummings and there was no space. And Victoria, you need to move around. You need to go in different districts and talk to the people. Leave Mr. Cummings alone. You need to do that. And I want to call on publicly Jonathan Sebwe, Bocha Senator Jonathan Sebwe of True, River G. I have never seen you one day talking about Mr. Cummings. You are a senator of CPP, but you are ready in the street with Darius Dillon. If you want to leave the CPP, be a man and leave. Don't be a coward. I want to see you on radio. Even Silencer, who talking about George Weah, he on radio talking about George Weah. Why you Senator Jonathan Sebwe? You say you're supporting Mr. Cummings and you're not talking. You're not even making a case for Mr. Cummings. We can't even hear you on radio. But when we go low, we see you talking to Mr. Dillon. We go low, we see you with UP. If you want to go to UP, I mean, be a man and go. Because for me, I know you too good, Jonathan Borchas. You want to be a man and go to where you want to go. Instead of pretending to be a senator of CPP and you can't even speak. Even Yeke Koluba speak more than you. Ali Yeke Koluba say, me, I'm not supporting nobody, but I'm supporting the two people. So you, Jonathan, say, I will call your name every day until we hear from you. It is a shame. It's disgraceful. You benefit from CDC, from CPP. You benefited from Mr. Cummings. If you don't want to support Mr. Cummings, be a man and say, I'm tired. I will go to UP. Go to UP. Go to CDC. It's up to you. But you can't say you're a CPP man and now one day I challenge you. Show me a tip where you say Mr. Cummings is the best guy. You go behind closed door and you say everything you want to say. You sit with Darius Dillon. You look at Darius Dillon like you're God. And you're not even doing the right thing. I'm just calling you out now. And this is what we do good. This is what that's a good thing with CPP. We tell our people the truth. So it is nothing personal, but I'm telling you the truth. And everybody listening to me, Jonathan Sebwe, if you cannot put your act together, trust me, we'll be on you. I want to see you on radio telling the Liberian people that Mr. Cummings is the man to vote for. Let us hear you. If we don't hear you, I will talk about it every day. Every day, this is enough. Enough is enough. Our own people, you must come up and speak. Some of y'all, we see you in the background. You're not talking. We'll call your name. So, but maybe I can stay up here and tell the whole day, Mr. Cummings is the best man. I'm not a journalist. I've taken side. That is why you don't see 10 person coming on my show to start talking about national budget and talking about this thing here. When Mr. Cummings take over, the national budget will be good. When Mr. Cummings take over, raping will stop. When Mr. Cummings take over, there will be law and order. When Mr. Cummings take over, we'll create job. When Mr. Cummings take over, we will do because it's written down on paper. He's the only one with a platform. He's the only one. That is why you hear me talking. I'm only telling you. I'm not saying this. I ain't got no reason to be talking. God bless me. God bless me. I'm a voter myself. I'm a voter. So don't say, oh, the man in America is running a mouth. I'm a say coming to Liberia too, and I cast my vote. I will cast my vote from Mr. Cummings. And in the second round, if Mr. Cummings don't make it there, I will decide my vote. Mr. Cummings will not decide for me. And in the second round, if Mr. Cummings there again, I will cast my vote again. So I will not cast my vote and run away. I will stay there. Liberia, that's my country, that's my home, and I'm proud to be a Liberian. Melbourne, how was your weekend, man? Thank you very much for listening to me. I can just stay here the whole day and give you some of all the tangibles of Alex Cummings. Melbourne,
Yes, indeed. Thank you. Yeah, thank you so much.
Alcohol were in the street. So what you see, what's going on, how the whole campaign business has a journalistic view. I want you to
yeah,
open your
thank
eyes
you.
and look at people.
Yeah, thank you so much, the general. I really like your expose. In fact, that's how it's supposed to be. Run campaign or campaign for that special person you think that can do the best for Mama Liberia. Yeah. So indeed, on yesterday, like I said, ACOP, even though the black the rule on yesterday, the Ghana's rule was black on yesterday. In fact, that lane is a full or 4 lane road. So to see that road went black on yesterday, where there were huge traffic. People are now moving about freely, especially after worship time or after Sunday
Service.
service. I think that was not too good for us as people. So the only
Yeah.
thing I will say to our political parties or maybe politicians so forth is that please don't block the road. It's not the way to pull crap. Blocking the road, making other people to be like for example, make general from church and trying to go home,
Oh,
then you
that's the
also
one can hang.
capture,
Yep.
yeah, then you capture general also in your photo, as oh yeah, general, everybody was part of the group. It's not good. So one of the best thing to do is to go to some of these stadiums around here, go to some of the football field to be able to organize your political rally. So indeed, my weekend was due. Yes, everything is good. Moving about Friday, and today is Monday. Having to be the 11th of September, and 29 days to go. As you can see beneath my name. So yes, indeed, politicians, especially the CPP political leader, Alexander Cummings, is somewhere around in Bomi, Kema, and Rana in Bapolu,
Wapolo.
or Bopolu, yeah, Bopolu City. And I hope all of these people, or in fact, all of our people who've been calling to see the CPP or Alexander Cummings, they are not happy that yes, he's there, and in fact, they are pledging their overwhelming support to the CPP, which of course we've been following. So no need for me to eat all of the time. Let me just get to the line as you already,
Yep.
finished talking, so we can take few calls or take more calls here on
More
the show.
calls. I need more calls, and let them just tell us who they're going to vote for. Let them be honest, not to come and tell me what I'm saying is not right because we got 29 days to go. They shouldn't waste our time. So let's just
Okay,
hit the point.
07783398682. That's the number to call. Again, 0778339682. Just call in and tell us exactly who are you supporting. No need to waste time, like you said already. Don't be worried and putting. We are not opening any Pandora box. Or maybe, but
And for those
that's
of you from America, you want to call. I'm not taking no call from America, please. If you want to call,
okay.
you got to
So
call the office. I'm not taking no calls from America. A lot of people inboxing me. That's not what I'm talking about.
yeah, my brother, good afternoon. Go ahead, your name and from where you join us.
So I'm calling from Caldwell, and I'm monitoring the show from around the Louisiana.
Yeah, go ahead.
Yeah, I monitor the brother. He spoke well. He spoke extremely well. But you see the problem about for me, I've seen elections, I think about 3 different elections now. Voting age, four. But then they said, 2005, it was my first time. Second, 2015. But for election, I'm going to watch as an actor. So what I'm seeing is that Mr. Cummings, for me, normally, personally, I'm moving for Mr. Cummings in 2017. Through my own, because I'm a student of politics, Mr. Cummings may come with the best platform, but my argument here is that in Liberia, when it comes to not just Liberia, even all around the world, have studied politics. Mr. Cummings has never worked in anything that has to do with government. That's my
Okay, I think we can take another call because we tie him about the governmental experience.
major argument was that what time is
You don't eat all our time. Whoever they
Yeah, you
sell
know
it,
what time? We
yeah,
not governmental
yeah. We
experience
don't
ain't
get
count
time.
no, my brother.
Hello?
It ain't take us nowhere.
Quiet, Chief. Who do you support according to
Who you support?
yeah, the host
Because when
of
you
the show?
talk,
Who
then
do
you
you
let me
support?
know.
I suppose like
Okay,
Who you support?
thank
let
you.
me check this error for the
You
state
say
here.
support Liberia.
But then,
Yeah, I suppose like because I'm a human rights and I don't see political
okay,
political
your silent
also
voters, let him
have
talk.
political friends. But then I suppose like because when I grew up with I went
Okay, thank you. I
But
like
are you
that.
voting?
Yeah.
Is he voting? He
So
voting?
yeah,
He
you don't
registered
have
to
to
vote?
vote, but but a silent voter though. Yeah, go
Okay,
afternoon.
silent voters. Liberia.
Yeah, go ahead, Emmanuel.
yeah, I'm gonna vote for the next China president we are.
Okay, you're going to vote for President We are. To this caller, good afternoon.
But I don't know people how are you.
Yeah, my brother, great. Thank you. Go ahead quickly. No time. Your name and from where you join us.
I'm thanking you. Like from a user resident before.
Mm.
I'm supposed to what
Okay, you support Mr. Buaka. All right, thank you. So to this caller, good afternoon. Hello. Oh, the phone is already freezing. 0778339682. To this caller, good afternoon. Wow, I feel I had to do some adjustment. Yeah, please jump with small, small you know. Yeah, they got yeah, the phone is freezing. It's not easy. Please wait a minute. Do wait. Yeah, so 0778339682. That's the number to call. Call in part of the show, Young Truth FM 96.1. They had a show of Liberia right here. Let me see what the line will go through. So 0778339682. That's the number to call. Call in to be part of the show. We're live with roughly about 6 to 7 more minutes to go. 0778339682. Let me get to this line. Pick this call. Good afternoon. Brian calling from district number 10. Yeah, go ahead, Brian. You said? You said? When I get you, so it's invaluable. To this caller, good afternoon. To this caller, good afternoon. Yeah, go ahead. George Manning, we are. All right.
Yeah.
So to this caller, good afternoon. Hello, go ahead. Your name and from where you join us?
Yeah, my name is Joseph M. Fumo.
Mm-hmm.
This afternoon from my back.
Okay.
I'm 44 in Barcelona. Joseph M. Walker.
Ambassador. All right, Ambassador Joseph Human Walker. To this person, good afternoon.
Yeah, good afternoon.
Yeah, go ahead, Chief.
I was first calling, but let me just upload us on this. Now, support
Hello. Yeah, if you want to, if you are political science and all that kind of thing, then you come to the studio to pay for time. Yeah. Yeah, man. Yeah, that's the thing. Forget about political science, all that kind of stuff. Hello. Yeah, go ahead. Okay. All right. Thank you. To this caller, good afternoon. Yeah, go ahead. Mm-hmm. All right. So let me see to this caller. Good afternoon. You see when you call the station, he said GMB. Go ahead. Let me see. I think the line went off. To this caller, good afternoon. Yeah, go ahead. Why you say Joe coming off? You already talk about they say Joe coming on, man.
On the show, and then
now what we don't want. We don't open no Pandora box. If you want open Pandora box, you can pay for airtime. Go ahead. Good afternoon.
Good afternoon, people.
Yeah, go ahead.
This is the first of activity here for you. I'm calling you for red light.
Go ahead, Chief.
So I'm all Liberians to remain peaceful, despite any political party you are supporting. We pray for peace during the election, and I'm one of the silent voters due to my role I play in society.
Thank you. Thank you. That's what be you. You cross a human right activist. They want disagree with somebody. They want me to be. Yeah, man. Yeah, go ahead. Good afternoon.
phone call on 77 community.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I'm voting for Josh Manuel.
Okay. Church man, we are so just take one more call and cross over to the general, or maybe one or two more calls. Good afternoon, go ahead.
Yeah,
Yeah, go ahead, Chief, your name and from where you join us.
I'm not going to go for this one party.
Go ahead, what do you support?
Yeah,
Okay, thank you. Today's caller, good afternoon. Hello? Uh, the calls keep coming back to back. So let me see. Oh, they got. Yeah, so the general, I think, let me just come over to it because the phone is very, very freezing and the alarm ain't giving me a chance. I know. I know, I know, I know, and I know. So go ahead, General. You
Okay.
just listen. Yeah.
Thank you very much. And to those of you, especially the silent voters, and for those of you who saying that governmental experience, if you're a political scientist and you say governmental experience play a major role, then I don't know where you're coming from. That's a word that people just use. Governmental experience do not make you a good president or a bad president, which is truth. But if you got governmental experience, we want to know how long you stay in government and how well you work in government. So you were telling me about political science, you say you this and that. If you say this person got a governmental experience, then tell me what you will do or what have you done, to achieve that. Oh, I got this. This is my record. And now, for those of you who say you're supporting President Weah, it is your right to support President Weah. I'm not forcing you. I'm not going to stop you. You have made up your mind. And those of you who voted for Joseph Boakai, I'm happy that you called. That means you are listening to me. Because tomorrow we'll make the decision. No one called for Mr. Cummings today. No one called for Mr. Cummings. The next thing you will say, oh, out of the what? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. Two called, they say they vote, they are independent voters and they can't tell us who they're voting for. And you got about 6 persons who say they will vote Joseph Numa Boakai. And you got 3 persons who say they will vote George Weah. And you got one invalid vote because the line went off. And then with the guy who talked about governmental experience and never told us. So this is it. But do you think I'm going to give up? Do you think because of this poll? I've been saying it before. This is not what we call polls. Or polls is something that you ask question. Who can do this and who can do that? So Liberians, if you choose to vote for popularity, it's good for you. If you choose to vote for governmental experience, it's good for you. If you choose to vote for Liberia and vote for the future, it's good for you. But remember, whatever you vote for is what you're going to live with for the last 7 years. I will close this by saying this to you. The difference between you and myself, you are smart. There are a lot of smart people in Liberia. It's not because I'm in America that makes you think I'm smarter than you. No, I'm not smarter than you. We all were in Liberia struggling. I bet you today when they bring a ship and they bring a plane and they say they want people to come to America free, you that voting for Weah and Joseph Boakai, you'll be the first on that plane because you want a good future. When you go to school in America, you will find job when you leave school. You go to school in Liberia, you leave school, you can't find job. If they fire me, I can get unemployment. If they fire you in Liberia, you can't get unemployment. If I don't have a job, I can still get free food in this country. When you don't have a job in Liberia, you will not get free food. You see the difference? You can't take student loan in Liberia. If you don't have money, you're not going to school. But I can take a student loan and go to school in America. But the difference is that you in Liberia, you are smart. You are smart. But it is you and me. We got one vote each. If we don't use our vote correctly and properly, we will suffer. You can bring President Weah against Mr. Boakai. The Liberian people will understand. So all these things we're doing, if you choose to go backward, I'm choose to move forward. I am moving forward. So it's up to us to decide. But the silent voters, we are depending on you. The young children, the students, you just graduated. You say, oh, I'm a first-time voter. The president paid YSV. YFE got nothing to you to do for voting because it is your money, because your mind and power not working. That is why the government responsible to pay YFE for us. That our taxpayer money. So they're not president, we have money. So they're not because of that, you will vote for hardship. Hardship, no job, no job, no job. we need a job in our country. So thank you very much. And please let us have a peaceful election. There will be life after the 10th. But we are making it
Thank you. Thank you.
all over. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much, the general, and we connect again on Wednesday, or better still on Friday. By God grace, I catch you when I catch you.
Yes.
Thank you so much.
Maybe don't forget that you never sent me that number because I was checking your line and you never sent it.
All right, so I'm going to do that after the show. Thank you so much.
Okay, take care. Bye for now, guys. Okay, guys. The election as it got closer is tougher. And as I said, no one from ANC from CPP called the line today. No one called. Everybody busy. And let me tell you something. I know sometimes people feel discouraged when they see these things. UP, CDC, they are very good propagandists. They will make the call. They will tell you, say, this person called this, that we saw a crowd. We all saw the crowd that CDC, that UP pulled up in 2017. We saw the crowd that Joshua pulled up in 2005. We saw that crowd. But at the end of the day, like Brempo made a decision. There are a lot of silent voters. Some of the people some of the people pretend to be a silent voters, but there's some are embarrassed, but they're not silent voters. Because you can't disagree. You call yourself an advocate and whatsoever. But Liberian people, we're not stopping. Nothing can discourage me. We will win this election. When I was running Mr. Cummings' campaign 2017, I was not saying that we will win this election. I was fighting for us to get into a comfortable position that if they gave us the opportunity to get into the second round, then I know. But I was making the case. But for what I know, for what I have heard and see for myself, Mr. Cummings will be the next president of Liberia. Mr. Cummings will be the next president of Liberia. So they can make all their calls. They can call. They can go on Spoon and say 15% call for Bwaka, 1% call for Cummings, and this and that. Do you believe that? Do you want to believe that? Do you? No. I don't give my number to people. A lot of people inbox me. Can you open your lines? And even they try to call. Sometimes I look at my phone, I will see the number coming, but I will not pick up because I don't want you in America to call me to tell me about Liberia. If you're voting, fine. Then I want you to call in Liberia, not from America, because that is we don't count that. Let the people in the country, let the people there call, let the people listen. But the good thing, I always happy when I see more oppositions calling, like people from the UP calling and say Bwaka will win, this and that. Yeah, but they have already made up their mind. You can't change them. Who going to vote for Cummings will vote for Cummings. Who will vote for Bwaka will vote for Bwaka. But one thing I'm telling you that the race is not to the swift. Do not underestimate the power of Alexander Cummings. Do not underestimate the power of the Liberian people. Yeah. Liberians are the only people who cannot bear stupidity twice. I'm telling you the real truth. The real truth. When they tie with you, they tie with you. Everybody got supporters. Yesterday I saw it. And Akko. Akko all over the place. All in white. In Ghana's. They shut it down. I see Taiwan Congo people dancing. I see other people dancing, going so. The other people say the election is over. It's just a matter of time. CDC said the election is over. UP said the election is over. So we just hanging. But it will not stop us. We will not feel discouraged. And don't feel discouraged. We will win this election. We'll win this election. You know, times are hard, things are hard. When you hear somebody telling you that I don't care what happened, I will vote for him. I never hear an ANC man saying, I don't care, I will vote for Cummings. No. The CPP man will argue with you first and give you reason why he voted for Cummings. The UP man will tell you, well, like your business, the Liberian poll resolve. Who make you a spokesman? Now your business, we will vote for Cummings, we will vote for Mr. Bwaka. Now your business will do this, we will vote for we are. I just like him. That's what they will tell you. But other person from CPP will never tell you, say, well, whether you like it, you don't like it, I will vote for Mr. Cummings. No. We vote for Mr. Cummings because of what Mr. Cummings present to us. His presentation, what he gave us, is what we look at. You say we're arrogant because we are proud of our product. We are proud of the people. We don't sit and wish that when Mr. Cummings speaks something and speak a good word, then we clap. We don't sit and wait when Mr. Cummings say, when he gave his introduction, then we start clapping. Then we say, oh yeah, he speak good English. No. We can't wait when Mr. Cummings is going to speak, then we worry. No. Because we're proud of what he's going to say. Mr. Cummings is not the one who just listen to people and follow the flow. No. He got a final saying. He has his saying too. But he asks for suggestion. Mr. Cummings is not telling you as you go and tell the people, say, what Mr. Cummings don't want, then I say, this is what Mr. Cummings want. When I tell you about Cummings' platform, that is what Cummings said, and that is what he put on the paper. But if a UP man telling you about their platform, they speak about the platform, Dwalu can break the whole platform down and tell you how Mr. Cummings, Mr. Boaka going to create this fence sitting here. But never one day you hear Mr. Boaka saying it. You will hear Eugene Fagon talking about it. You will hear other guys talking about it, but not one day. And Liberians and the CPP supporters, the friends of Ellis Cummings, don't listen to Spoon. They are on. They will self-destruct themselves. If you listen to Fatiga insulting Mr. Cummings, you listen to Stanton, the criminal, the one who have been indicted. In fact, not indicted, been charged and to go to jail. They say the men are down, fear no fall. When a dry man on high sea, when he see a little straw, he hang on it. If you listen to Stanton, who President Weah just talk about somebody will be jailed in America, that will be going to jail. Because Stanton know very well he is the one going to jail. He said President Weah supposed to call his name. So President Weah called name. So Stanton knows exactly that President Weah is talking to him. So Stanton is aware that he is a criminal. Because Mr. Weah said that other people going to jail, they nasty people, they call it a criminal, but we ain't going to jail. President Weah, he called our name. But he said that President Weah is a coward. President Weah was supposed to say Stanton. So Stanton is aware, but why Stanton cannot tell you people what happened to his case? Why Stanton can say it? And Stanton will sit there and try to insult Mr. Cummings and insult other Liberians because he believed that he will go to jail. And if I use the word if Mr. Boaka wins, Stanton will be in jail. He's not going to he will not enjoy the term of Mr. Boaka either. Maybe he'll be praying for deportation to go there and get his share. Maybe Mr. Boaka will be sending money to him because he will, by the time he finished serving his term, and guess what? A federal jail, my people. Nobody hit nobody here. Everybody will pay for what they do. If I'm a criminal, I will pay for it. But your hand in a cookie jar and you're talking about somebody. You got a coal in your eyes, but you're talking about another man's coal. Ain't that what they say? That mean you don't see. That mean you don't see. That mean you don't see. They take the shopping down the ass. That the same man who say I stole coffee. I just put a tip, and guess what? I just put that tip. I got it on my phone, on my computer. I sat down for long. I said, I need to inquire. I need to inquire from some lawyer. Maybe I need to sue a ass too. Because if you go on Facebook and lie about somebody, you can also defamation of character, you can sue. It will be double jeopardy. I need to act like Victor Jones. He says, sue the people. So these are one of my t-shirts I take into Liberia. Nice, eh? Nice t-shirt. For myself now, that I want to wear myself. I got plenty. So, and this is the cap. Yeah. I got different design. So, my people, you hear them talking about Mr. Cummings because they're afraid of Cummings. You go on, on closing argument. One Afonso say, I'm not here to debate, talk to CPP people. In fact, ANC, to show that UP is so evil and angry, they refuse to call the war, to use that war, the three wars, CPP. They talk about ANC, ANC. ANC is not on the ballot. ANC is not on the ballot. They can't stand Mr. Cummings. They can't stand Mr. Cummings. And Jackie get pissed off. She said, Duke is not selling his candidate. But Jackie, not even selling her candidate either. None of them can tell us what Mr. Bwaka would do. They can put it in their own words, but we never heard Mr. Bwaka saying it one day. We never heard Mr. Bwaka saying it one day. They got to ask him before he remembered it. They got to ask him before he even talked about it. But when you listen to them, they're stealing all our ideas. How they will create job, they will do this, they will do that. But when you ask the candidate, Fioko, the candidate refused to go for debate. Mr. Bwaka with a governmental experience say if President we don't go to debate, he will not debate. Let me ask you, can Mr. Bwaka really debate Mr. Weah? Let's be honest with you. Mr. Weah is in a position where he prepared to debate Mr. Bwaka any day. You know why Mr. Weah don't want to come to debate? Because Mr. Weah knows very well they got Cummings, they got Tier 1, they got Beslow, they got all the other candidates. It's not because of Mr. Bwaka. Because guess what? On a debate stage, you can tell the man how to answer the question. If Mr. Bwaka come out and say, President, we are corrupt, Mr. Weah will tell Mr. Bwaka, but I give you some corrupt money. And I don't want to give you money when your people die the other time. And I don't want to give you money to go to hospital. And I don't want to give you the pickup the other day. They all were taking money for President Weah. And you told me to keep your son on the job. That's why I fired him until he resigned. That's why you couldn't talk, Mr. President, Mr. VP. But Mr. VP, you live in the same neighborhood with me. There was no light in the area. I don't want broad light there. What Mr. VP going to say? And Mr. Weah will be so rude. He will not curse you. But Mr. Weah will just say, oh man, just take it easy before your pacemaker give up. Why we talking here? You see the difference? But Mr. Weah is actually running from the debate because there will be other people on our stage. And President Weah don't want to facing them. President Weah don't want to facing Mr. Cummings, Mr. Bwaka, what is his name? But I'm Mr. Bwaka. Mr. Bwaka can stay on the stage with Mr. Weah. Let me be honest with you. Let me be honest with you. Mr. Weah, I'm not trying to praise Mr. Weah, but the fact of the matter is that it will be a disgrace for Mr. Bwaka if he stay on the stage with Mr. Weah. Because you know they say when small boy tell you something can hear, when you tell the small boy something can hear, but when small boy tell you something can hear. If you take a small boy and knock him down, the post remember you can beat the picking. When I picking knock you down, it can hurt. Mr. Bwaka, Mr. Weah know. That's why you see some of the young boy when they see the paper, they won't act that they can fight the paper there. But Mr. Bwaka can make it. Mr. Bwaka can argue with George Weah. He can debate George Weah. Let's be honest. There is nothing President VP Bwaka can give President Weah. There's nothing President Weah can give. Two of them will just look like buffon. They will just look funny on our stage and be going after each other and talking about the 12 year and talking about the 6 year. And Mr. Bwaka himself cannot debate Mr. Cummings, cannot debate. No, he did it 2017, but he can't do it now because he quick to forget. And they will give them time to ask each other questions. Now, because he look, let me tell you something. UP can make the case against President Weah. UP cannot make the case. You can call, oh, the people resolve. Who are you to be spokesman for the people? Who the people you talking about? Who are you representing? The UP people? And Liberians, we will be honest with y'all. and I told them today, what you put in is what you're gonna get. Don't say I won't tell you. Don't say we didn't tell you. And yesterday, Timothy and myself, the ANC, the CPP, I'm sorry, the CPP will be having a launching on the 14th, at what we heard. But we found out, and Wesley will be on the closing argument today. He will let us know. So Mr. Cummings right now is in Buffalo. We ain't carry no truck to Buffalo. We just carry few cars. The journalist, Mr. Cummings, 3 cars. No co-chair, no chairman with Mr. Cummings. Everybody's supposed to be in Montserrat. And the campaign manager is not with Mr. Cummings. Mr. Cummings got a special group that goes with him. So nobody, nobody, we don't carry truck around. We got the other people who can bring trucks right in Monrovia. But my people, let them say what they want to say. This election, we're not saying that the election is easy for us. It's easy for them. It's easy for them. Look at, and you'll see some of the thing. This other guy, they call Christopher Lamy. He said Mr. Boaka can debate better than me. You see how stupid. You see, these are some of the points I can read it. God, you read. God, it is true that Satan, when you are sending Satan, that Liberia he landed in. I will not run you. This other fool saying that Mr. Boaka can debate better than me. I'm not running you. I'm not running. But Mr. Boaka can debate better than me. Let him yell. Let me put it up so you will see that I'm you. That I'm me. He said, JMB can debate better than you. Hey, my man. Tell me, Christopher Lamy from Lofa County, you are the stupidest man of the day. You are the dumbest man that make a comment for the day. I'm not running for office, my brother. I never said I can debate him. So, you ain't got nothing to say now. But the only thing that came from the mouth, debate. I just told you President Weah and Mr. Bwaka. Mr. Bwaka cannot debate President Weah. President Weah will tell President Bwaka, Mr. Bwaka something that he might get stuck. Since you don't know, but let me just keep you up there. Since Mr. Bwaka can debate better than me, okay. The other person say CPP is not important in our body politics. That's a good thing. CPP is not important in your body politics, which is fine. It's fine. So why are you campaigning for? Why are you watching me? Why are you answering me? Why are you all over the place jumping all over the CPP is not important? They don't worry about CPP. I need to worry about CPP. I need to worry about CPP, not you.